Hey, welcome to a brand new series that I have been wanting to do for a while now. A monthly countdown of the current most popular board and card games. This information is going to be collected from monthly averages from several different sources, including boardgamegeek.com traffic stats and sales info from several different online retailers and distributors. The purpose of this countdown will be to, hopefully, help you find some new games out there that you may not have known about yet. We're going to list the current top 10, but we're not going to discuss each and every single one of them in detail. Instead, what I'm going to try doing is I'll be listing all of the games on this month's list, but I'm only going to go into detail on 2 or 3 of them. If there's a game on this list that's not covered in detail that you would like to know more information about, well, just let me know in the comments below and see what I can do to elaborate on it as well in the future. Alright, we ready to go? With all the helpful, informational introduction stuff out of the way, let's load up the board with the current most tip-top most popular board games as of May 2017. Yeah, I messed up, I'm still going. Right off the bat, the game in position number 10 this month is one of the first ones that caught my eye. In the number 10 slot is the game Super Mario Level Up Board Game, published by USAopoly. Now, let's be honest. Historically, board games based on video games, especially family-friendly video games, and especially ones based on a video game with the board game in the title, have not fared, shall we say, very well at all. So, what does Super Mario Level Up Board Game hope to bring to the table? Well, according to the game's marketing copy, in the game, quote, each player starts with a unique lineup of characters that they are trying to score the most points with. That is not helpful. So, some additional information about the game that is known is that it is actually a re-implementation of the game King Me, published in 2004 by DV Joki. In King Me, each player receives a number of yes and no voting cards in their hand. There's also a number of different characters on the board that are racing across it in ascending order up to the top, where there is a castle waiting for them. And as characters reach this castle, the players will vote on whether that character should be elected as the new king or queen. Casting the right votes for the right characters will be what wins a player the game. Now, based on that description, I'm not sure how well the video game theme will actually carry the Super Mario Level Up board game. 5 of its 8 rankings on BoardGameGeek right now are for 1 star, even though the game isn't actually even released yet. So, that's not a great sign. But, even with such a severe backlash before it's even released, the Super Mario Level Up board game is definitely generating buzz, coming in at 10 on this month's countdown. Okay, we'll get into the details about another game on our list soon, but first, here's a brief overview of numbers 9 through 4 on this month's list. At number 9 is the 2-player game that takes place in the Caverna setting, Caverna Cave vs. Cave. In this strictly 2-player game, players take 2 dwarves and a pickaxe and expand a simple cave into an elegant living space. At number 8 is Yamatai, a route-building game in which 2 to 4 players compete to construct buildings, torii, and palaces in the land of Yamatai. Scythe comes in at number 7, likely due to the upcoming expansion called the Wind Gambit. This expansion adds 2 new modules to the game. Airships, an entirely new type of unit with randomly assigned special abilities, and resolutions, which introduce new wind conditions that replace the original ones from the base game. The Wind Gambit is currently expected to become available in the 4th quarter of 2017. At number 6 is Arkham Horror, the card game, in which players encounter cultists, foul rituals, haunted houses, and strange creatures. In this living card game, experiences that the player's characters have in one game can potentially carry over into the next adventure as well. The re-implementation of Brass, called Brass Lancashire, comes in at number 5. This new version, expected to be released in 2018 by Roxley Games, is not a simple reprint, but a new edition that makes several changes to the original, including revisions to the 2 and 3 player rules and rebalancing at least one of the game's resources. At number 4 is Terraforming Mars, likely due to the upcoming release of its first expansion, Hellas and Elysium, this summer. The expansion includes a double-sided game board that introduces 2 new areas of Mars to terraform, Elysium to the north and Hellas to the south. And now, on to game number 3. Now, it is always exciting to discover a brand new game that intrigues you. And this was the case, definitely, with game number 3 on our list, Clans of Caledonia. Currently running its fundraising campaign on Kickstarter through May 18th, Clans of Caledonia has been compared favorably, by some who have played it, as a cross between Terra Mystica and Agricola. Apparently, if you were pining out there for a way to combine the Civ-based area control with agricultural commodity speculation, well, then this game is the game for you. In this game, players will play the part of historic clans, each with unique abilities. And everyone will compete to produce, trade, and export a variety of agricultural goods, including whiskey. It appears that these colonists, while hard-working, still know how to have a good time. Now, the game is designed to include 8 different playable clans, a modular board with 16 different configurations, and a variety of different scoring bonuses, all in order to help vary the gameplay from one game to the next. And I always appreciate when a game includes methods to increase its variability. Now, Clans of Caledonia is, admittedly, heavier than most of the games that I find myself having time to be able to play regularly. But it has certainly sparked my interest. But I'm hoping to be able to carve out some time to schedule for it by the time of its planned worldwide release in October of 2017. Before getting to the number 1 game on this month's countdown, let's take a quick look at number 2, Dark Souls, the board game. The publisher's own documentation describes this game as, quote, a brutally hard exploration miniatures game for 1 to 4 players. Prepare to die. Oh, finally, a board game that sets realistic expectations right there in its brochure. And now, on to number 1. Wrapping up this month's countdown in the number 1 position is the current Kickstarter sensation, Gloomhaven. In Gloomhaven, players work together to overcome dangerous dungeons and malicious monsters while gaining experience to upgrade their characters' abilities over the course of a branching story-driven series of adventures. Now, Gloomhaven is a game with a persistent, changing world that's designed to unfurl over the course of multiple gaming sessions. The game incorporates aspects of exploration, card-based tactical miniatures combat, character creation, and a bit of choose-your-own-adventure-like storytelling. This game has been locked in the number 1 position on BoardGameGeek's hotness list for at least the last 10 days straight. And actually, really, it's easy to see why. You can tell why no other game has been able to dislodge Gloomhaven from this position in the last couple of days. Its first printing was produced just a couple months ago, but even so, it has already skyrocketed up Board Game Geek's rankings to become the 6th highest ranked game out of the over 80,000 games on the site's database. The Kickstarter for its second printing, which just ended this week, attracted over 33,000 backers. Now, in an industry where selling 5,000 units of a game can be considered a modest success, Gloomhaven has got a lot of people excited. And really, it's no surprise, since the game has won over players and critics and their pets alike. But what about you? Are you one of the thousands that has been won over by Gloomhaven? Let me know in the comments what it is about the game that either won you over or caused you to decide to pass on it. And there's our list of the 10 most popular board games as of the start of May 2017. If you have any suggestions for our next episode, let me know. I welcome your feedback. But until then, for more board game news, reviews, and commentary, be sure to click subscribe and follow Pair of Dice Paradise on Facebook and Twitter to continue the conversations there as well. This video that you're watching right now, this moment, and still watching, was made possible by viewers just like you who have been supporting Pair of Dice Paradise through our Pod Pledge website fundraiser. Till next time, I've been Chaz Marler, and take care. Which is the case with the game in number 3 on this month's countdown, Clans of Caledonia. I haven't said that out loud yet before. Caledonia. Caledonia. There's no N in Caledonia. There is an N in Caledonia. It's just not before the D. There's one N, not two. Yes, I'm going to have to do this over.